everyone, and welcome to Get Fired Up, the art of knowing no boundaries, taking control of your financial life, creating the life that you want to have. Being successful is having those things that you want to have, when you want to have it, and how you want to have it. Changing your life, making a difference, placing an impact, and having people around you that you love and admire. And now, here's the man that we all love and admire. Let's welcome Michael Chitwood.
All right, well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to Get Fired Up. Let's get fired up tonight. I hope that you're ready to really get turned on and get turned up tonight. This is going to be an incredible broadcast tonight because it's going to include you. Even though some say that, especially the ladies' opinion, they have no influence in American culture. We disagree with that fully. So ladies, we're going to give you a few minutes to invite some of your friends, some of your followers onto this special broadcast. You can pick us up, of course, on Facebook Live. You can pick us up on Periscope, or you can pick us up on YouTube, and that's H. Michael Chitwood on YouTube. I want to have you to be a part of this, but before I do that, I want to give all of you an opportunity. I'd like to see where you're from tonight so that we can get a general census of where we're going to go. I have pad, I have pen, and you need to have the same thing because this is going to be powerful tonight. Get on as quick as you can. Those of you that's on Facebook, be sure that you invite someone. Those of you that's on Periscope, invite someone now. First day, Villarreal, looked like I didn't quite catch the name. First time on. Thank you for being with us. I'm going to be valuing your opinion tonight on this special. By the way, it's good to be back. I've been out of town, and so it's good to be back. So there's Mary Albert, Dayton, Ohio. Bishop Jim Bush, he's from Atlanta, Georgia. Ethel Smith from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. YouTube, H. Michael Chitwood. So let me know where you're from on here. Gene Glover from Goldsboro, North Carolina. I've been right there in a case before. Ruthie Adams, Michigan. Debbie Owenby, Michigan. Lucy Gonzalez, Texas. Debbie Booth, California. Florida, everywhere. She's everywhere. Lucy Gonzalez, Texas. Dr. Michael GT, where are you from? Let me know so that I can so we can have a good census tonight of what we're doing on this because we want your input tonight. So don't miss this evening. I'm going to give you just a few minutes there. Of course, Ruth is from Pittsburgh. I forgot to say that. Maryland, Louisiana, Deborah Neal, Arizona, Judy St. Pierre, Rosamond, Donna Thompson, Oklahoma. Boy, this is great. Dr. DRM GT, Florida. Donna Norquist, Tennessee. Anna Carnera is from Kissimmee, Florida. I've been right there. Terry, Florida. I've been right there with Terry too. So we appreciate each and every one of you that are with us this evening. We have a powerful, powerful program for you tonight, and we're going to want your input with this interactive broadcast. Get your fingers ready. You can give your comments on Facebook. You can give your comments on Periscope. I mean, all over, you're going to be able to give your comments back. I want to start tonight with something that's been in the news quite a bit because what came out today was even more powerful, I think. Zuckerberg, who is the co-founder of Facebook, I want to read to you just a little bit some of the things maybe you didn't know, and that is that he is the social media network founder of Facebook, and I want to show you a few things about this. Mark Zuckerberg is the chairman and CEO and co-founder of the social media networking giant Facebook. Born to New York in 1984, Zuckerberg already has a reputation as a programming genius when he started college. While at Harvard, he launched something called Face Mash, and it blew up the system pretty much, and so he had to shut it down, or Harvard shut the thing down. But what I wanted to read to you, he's 33 years old. He's worth 33 years of age. He's worth about $80 billion, something like that. He married a Chinese lady who was, her parents were refugees. Her name is Chan, I believe it is, or Chan, Priscilla Chan. And he is on the Hill today and yesterday talking about the confidentiality of your documents. Now, you may not know this, but his net worth dropped $15 billion when this company, Cambridge Analytical, was able to buy about 50 million confidential records from Facebook. And now, we're not against entrepreneurship, but I would like to say something at the very beginning, and I'd like to have your opinion on this. I can't believe in the first place that the United States Congress, the House of Representatives, and the United States Senate would be lecturing or maybe even reprimanding anybody about how can we trust you. I mean, this is the Congress and the Senate asking Zuckerberg, how can we trust you? Now, ladies and gentlemen, that question would have come a lot better if they had let somebody ask it that wasn't in Congress or somebody that wasn't in the Senate or the House of Representatives. So I want to know right now your comments, and here's the questions. One, do you feel like that women have a voice in America and should not be shut down from Facebook, Periscope, Twitter, or whatever the case may be? I want to see your comments on that as quick as possible. Don't make them too long because this is an interactive, and you can see already that women have a great deal of influence and a great deal of intellectual thought processes that a lot of other people do not have. So I want to tell you that first of all, that it's important that we let everybody speak. You should not censor anybody, and that's the reason why that they tried to censor us tonight, by the way, by not sending out notifications. And we're getting all kind of signs on this network over here. Notification was off, notification was off, notification was off. But you can't let people shut you up. Your voice is important. Now, your voice is just as powerful, but the problem with a lot of people, and this includes women, is that you won't speak your voice. You still feel like that you have no input that's worth anything. Well, I disagree with that. I believe that some of the greatest women that have ever lived have been people that have spoken their mind and appreciated the viewpoints of others. What you don't want is people saying that my viewpoint is the only viewpoint and your viewpoint doesn't matter. That's not dialogue that we need to be having in the United States about anything about finance, entrepreneurship, race, or whatever the case may be. Now, it brings me to this point. There's a couple, they're not a couple, but there's two ladies on Facebook, we're on Facebook, and their name is Diamond and Silk. They're two African-American ladies that they are Trump supporters to the very end. They have about 1.5 million Facebook followers. And so they have now refused to send their notices out because they said that Diamond and Silk, did I say Diamond and Lace a minute ago? I hope not. I hope I said Diamond and Silk. I hope I said Diamond and Silk. But Diamond and Silk Facebook has not sent out notification to their followers that they're on. And so in dialogue with Facebook finally responded to them. It's been all over the Hill today. Facebook, especially with Senator Ted Cruz, by the way, which did an incredible job in cross-examining, if you would. It wasn't under oath, but to examine Mark Elliott Zuckerberg about this thing. Why did you take down Diamond and Silk from your network as far as sending out notifications? And so his answer was, he didn't really have an answer for it, but in the answer from Facebook, they said this. They said, we refused to send their notifications out because they were a danger to society. Now, here's two African-American ladies. Somebody needs to listen, because if they can censor your voice on Facebook or any other social media site, if what you put up is not what they like, especially if you're paying for it. I mean, I don't know if you knew this or not. If you've been to Mark Elliott Zuckerberg is under major fire on the Hill because they asked him one question. They said, would you please tell us what hotel you stayed in last night? Silence on his lips, couldn't say a word. Finally, Durbin asked him, said, you probably don't want us to know where you stayed last night. Is that right? He says, well, it's a privacy issue. He said, exactly. So for the Cambridge Analytical to be able to purchase 50 million, I believe the number's correct, 50 million, and sell it to this Cambridge Analytical of your information, ladies and gentlemen, there has to be something watching that. So with Diamond and Silk, I'm just wondering, do you think that it's proper for them to shut down, close down, sending out notifications to the Diamond and Silk followers, which is 1.5 million? Now, we think, the Senate thinks, that there's probably some political motive behind that. So I'm asking you the question here, how many believe that there's a political motive for not sending out the notifications to Diamond and Silk followers? If you believe that it is, just type yes. If you believe that it's not a political motivated, then type no. And your opinion matters. Bugs Bunny, no. Laura Bush, of course. Meredith, Donna Thompson, yes. Laura Bush, yes. Bush, yes. Mary Albert, yes. So this general consensus, Katinas, yes. Melissa Williams, Ruthie Adams, yes. Dee Casey, yes. Many of you, Booth, yes. Donna Norquist, yes. Catherine Lynn, yes. I don't know who she is. She must be a new follower. Catherine Lynn says yes. And of course, she would always have that opinion, I guess, because she's pro-woman anyway. She's against men to start with. Listen, I want to ask you, why would they shut down the notifications to 1.5 million followers about when someone wanted to broadcast something? And get this, not only are they women, but you don't hear the women's lib coming out against this. Not only are they women, but they're African American. I mean, if this was another group, they would be hollering racist all over the place, and you know it. Second question I want to ask you is, don't you think that Mark Elliott Zuckerberg owes them some type of an apology, and so he can always, he should get them back up and get their notifications out? So I want to know where you're from tonight. If you haven't put that up yet, I want to know where you're from, because I'm going to call there's Blue Jay, Bluebird. You've got a lot of people that's on here. So it's important that we make sure that we know where you're from tonight and make sure. And I'm hoping that, I don't see Booth on there. I thought she was on here, but I guess she had to get off and do something. I don't know. She seems to never be around when you really need her on a lot of these things. A lot of people act like they get on, especially some of our staff. They act like they get on, kind of like Catherine. They get on at first to make you think you're on, and then they get off. So I guess that's what Booth has to do about some of that stuff, I guess. I want to talk to you very briefly about this confidentiality and the privilege that took place. This is subject number 2. Listen carefully. You do understand that the client-attorney privilege is on trial in the United States of America. It's always been a beholden privilege that you had when you spoke to your attorney, that you could tell your attorney private and confidential things. Now, not criminal if he was involved in a criminal thing with you, but I'm talking about the client-attorney privilege has always existed here. Whatever you told your attorney was private and confidential. I don't know if you heard or not, but the federal marshals agents raided the home of Michael Cohen. Now, you may not know who Michael Cohen is, but he is the personal attorney for the President of the United States. This stuff is serious stuff, man. I mean, you need to listen to this crap. It's serious stuff. He is the personal attorney of Michael Cohen, and they got a warrant to go into Michael Cohen's house, by the way, which was under construction from what I understand. And they confiscated all of these records that were supposed to be client-attorney privilege. Here's the point. You understand that you probably have more privilege and privacy between you and your priest, or you and your preacher, or you and your pastor, than you have between you and your attorney. I want to know your comments on that. What do you think about the client-attorney privilege? And for those of you that's never heard of it, you're learning something. What do you think about the client-attorney privilege? Do you think it's gone forever? Do you think it's meaningless? Now, you can't commit a crime. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying the things that you tell your attorney have always been privileged information. Does anybody know that? If you know that, would somebody just say yes? If somebody knows that, would you just say yes? Because we have 8 million people that's connected with us on Facebook, social media sites such as Periscope. I mean, we have 64. If Booth was on here, she could tell me, Debbie, she's my executive broadcast director, but I don't know if anybody know how many we have on Periscope as far as connections go. I think it's like 62 million. I think 63 million, something like that. So, maybe some of your friends, maybe Ruthie, maybe you could give Debbie a call and ask her to, maybe she's having dinner. I don't know what she's doing. Because I don't know how many. There's 63 million. Thank you, Melissa. 63 million is the number that we have on Periscope alone. So it's important that we understand that there's something going on here in the United States of America that's far different than what we've been used to. Does anybody agree with that or not? Is this just me? I mean, are you not concerned? Are you sitting home just watching television, acting like nothing's going on? That's why that your voice is important. That's why that we don't want your voice to be censored on any network. You have the right to speak. How many of y'all believe that y'all, there's Renee, there's Terry Shuttlesworth is with us, Pastor Terry Shuttlesworth. He's got strong opinions on the privacy. But anytime that they can raid the president's personal attorneys, what do you think they could do to you, little old you, so to speak? And I say that respectfully. So this is interacting. There's Joseph King, by the way, 529. So it's important that we understand that we can holler and scream all day long, freedom of speech and freedom of this. I can assure you that when they start taking away and censoring your voice, so let me tell you, the next thing is going to be the churches and religion. It's going to be the spiritual foundation. So we have to make sure, Charlie Austin's here tonight, we have to make sure that, there's Booth, she's back from eating, I guess. So it's important that you understand that we have to make sure that we make a standpoint and make a stand, not a standpoint, but a stand to make a point that we're not going to be silenced. Now, I want to just give you just a note here. This has gone back a very long time ago. Now, don't think I'm getting spiritual because you know me. I'm not a preacher or pastor, but I wanted to just tell you about 3 boys that faced this. They were Hebrew boys. They were captive. They were Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, who refused to bow to the golden Babylon idol. They were arrested and brought before the king Nebuchadnezzar. He gave them a stark choice. He said, bow to this image or be burned in a superheated furnace. They replied, our God will deliver us from your fiery furnace, but even if not, we will not serve your God or worship or do what you told us to do on the golden image. Ladies and gentlemen, these young men in the face of death were faithful. You need to make a note there that you need to become very faithful and you need to become strong to your word, whatever it may be. Now, you may think that this is just something that's light, but what we've heard in Facebook and what we've heard from people raiding their homes and stuff like that, these things go together. When you censor people from social media, that's serious stuff. They censored 2 black women from social media. They censored them by not sending out their notifications. And I don't know about you, but I don't think it's right. Now, if that had been that had been somebody that was not for Trump, we wonder if they would stay on and send out their notification. He was asked that today. Answer, I'll have to get back with you. My staff will get back with you. So do you think it's right to not send out the notifications for 2 African-American women who are Trump advocate, Trump supporters? They appeared at his rallies. They are pro-Trump 100%. I just wonder, could we depend on you, like those 3 Hebrew boys, to be faithful to what you say and not bow? That's the problem with a lot of you out there. I mean, a lot of you out there, I hate to say this, but a lot of you out there, you're just all talk. I mean, my father used to have a saying that, well, I don't know if I could even say it on here because they might even take it down. But let me tell you something. A lot of you are full of hot air. You're full of crapola. That's what you're full of. You talk a big mouth, but you don't act and you don't stand up for what you do. And I want to tell you something right now. A lot of these preachers are the same way. They run that mouth about what they're for, but when it comes right down to it, they bow. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell you something right now. If we don't start standing up for what's right and stop bowing and stop giving in to every little whim and pressure of what's coming along, we're going to find ourselves way, way down the road, and we're going to be so. Dr. Terry Shuttlesworth right there from Norfolk, Virginia. You need to be with this man. Let me tell you something. That right there, 1.5 years, 18 months right now. So we need to make sure that we stop running our mouth so much and not backing it up. It's okay to run your mouth, because a lot of your mouths just run off way too much anyway, and you have nothing to say. But it's okay for you to talk, but at least stand for what you say. Don't be a coward and back down from what you're saying. Does anybody agree with that tonight? I mean, I don't see anybody agreeing with me tonight. I mean, I can't believe that we have 8 million people that's connected all around the world wide there, and most of you, I mean, there's somebody that's even put up a cuss word. She put up that word. Somebody, I don't know who it was, somebody put up S-H-I-T. So I don't know what she was talking about. Maybe she's talking about me. But I can tell you this right now, you have to make sure that you do not let your voice be silenced. And that's why that we came to you with this very special broadcast tonight on privacy, client attorney privilege, and that. And something else, if you think that the court system is geared for you, it should be geared for the truth. In fact, you should be innocent until proven guilty. See, the government has the burden of proof to prove that you're guilty. You do not have to prove you're innocent. You have to let them prove that you are guilty. So all of that seems to be changing. All of that seems to be changing. I don't know if you agree with that or not, but how many of you have seen a change in the last 10 years? I mean, how many of you have seen a change in the last 10 years? I'm going to wait for your answer on this and see what you say. This Casey, yes. Bugs, yes. You have to make sure, Mary Albert, yes. Melissa, yes. Deborah Norquist, yes. Donna Norquist. Bush, Laura Bush. Meredith Chitwood, yes. Deborah Neal, yes. Cartinas, yes. Terry Shuttlesworth. It doesn't, Terry Shuttlesworth just put up something great. And that is, America doesn't even look like America like it used to look when I was coming up. I had somebody to tell me this week, they said, you know what, I really don't like this new America that we have. I don't know about you, but America has changed. Now, change in some things are good, and I'm the worst one at wanting to change. I like everything the same. I don't like much change. But I can tell you this, America has really changed. I think you would agree with me. So it's just important that we make sure that when we say something, let's get fired up about it. Let's stay fired up about it. Can I have somebody to at least say okay or yes or I agree or something? Let's try to keep America dreaming again in the right direction. And so it's important no matter who you're for. If you were for Hillary, you have the right to speak why you were for Hillary Clinton, former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton. If you were for Donald Trump, you have the right to speak that you were for Donald. I mean, you go to some rallies. I never went to a rally, but if you go to some rallies, if you even wear a Trump hat, they beat the hell out of you. Just because you got a Trump hat. I've got a man that has Trump on the back of his SUV, and he carries a baseball bat in the back because he said at one of the restaurants here, people came out and told him to take that bumper sticker off his car. He said, well, okay, let me get some a cloth or water or something, what he's doing. He reached in the back seat and got a baseball bat. When they saw the baseball bat, they took off and ran. So we have to make sure, and I'm not suggesting that you get a baseball bat and go beat somebody up. I'm not suggesting that at all. What I am suggesting is that you get fired up about your voice. Can I get somebody to put on a get fired up? Get fired up about your voice. Let your voice be heard in a right, orderly manner. Don't resort to violence. Don't try to hurt people, beat people. Let people speak their mind. And in fact, the dialogue in America, in my opinion, has just died. Because if you watch some television programs, you can't even speak your mind because they'll get mad at you. Has anybody noticed that? I want you to get fired up about your voice. Get fired up about what you believe. Now listen, don't be talking about other people's opinion. Talk about your opinion. Your opinion is important. Now, the third thing that I want to talk to you about is this. Now, this is unbelievable. Now, this is interactive tonight, so I hope that you've got all your friends on tonight because we're having an interactive thing. I know there's Charlie's putting it up. Blessed Renee, she's from Chicago. She's putting it up. Ruthie, of course, is putting it up. One of my great, great friends. Debbie's, I think, back. So Debbie's actually my director, social media director. But there's Terry, Rosetta. There's Debbie. There, she's back. Your opinion matters. Okay, yeah, you're right. Your opinion matters. So Debbie's finally back. She is my executive broadcast producer, has been from day one. And let me just say, while she's on here, let me just say I appreciate, God bless America. Yeah, God bless America. Now, let me say this respectfully. I hope that you don't take this. This is not against Terry Shuttlesworth's comment. I appreciate him. I've had lunch with him and dinner with him before. He's a great man. But, just because you wear that flag and just because you say God bless America, if you don't stand up and speak your mind, you should speak your mind. What do you believe? Speak your mind. Make sure that you do that. Now, here's the third thing tonight, okay? Carol Williams, there you go. Stand up. Pastor Terry Shuttlesworth's word, stand up. Somebody type that up there and agree with Pastor Terry Shuttlesworth tonight. Stand up. Shuttlesworth. It doesn't have an S on it. Pastor Terry Shuttlesworth. Somebody type that on the screen, stand up. We need people to stand up. I want as many as you can to stand up. That's a good word. It's a simple two-word phrase, stand up. Stand up. You need to stand up and quit bowing. Some of you are bowing. Some of you are cowards. Let me talk to you about number 3, and I need you to hear this tonight. I don't know if you know this, but back when we used to own the A&W Root Beer Restaurant drive-ins, we used to have, we were taught when we ran the cash register, it didn't give you the change on the screen. Somebody gives you a 20 and your order was 16, it didn't say a $4 change. You had to count the money back. Does anybody remember those days when you worked in a restaurant and you had to count the change back? Well, we were taught to count the change back. So somebody gives you $20 and your food was 16, then we would count, okay, 16, your food was 16, so it's 17, 18, we give you back $4. Anybody remember that? Okay. We got Terry Shuttlesworth remembers that. Okay, so we have a lot of that. Now, let me tell you the new scam, okay? Because you're learning something from this broadcast tonight, whether you know it or not. In just a minute, I've got something that I'm going to give you that's going to be totally free. So I want you to be a part of this if you can. You understand, ladies and gentlemen, that in this process, now there's a new scam going on. Now, I'm not saying this is going on everywhere, but it's going on in these places that they've caught. You go into some of these big gas stations. It's got 15 and 20 pumps, where there are convenience stores. You can buy food and buy soft drinks and buy water and things like that. What happens is you walk up to the counter and your bottled water, for example, is $2.16. You give them a $20 bill. You hand the $20 bill, and the cashier is going to count the money back to you she doesn't count it back, or he doesn't count it back. They just give you a lump sum of change back, currency and coins back, with the receipt on top. Has anybody noticed that lately? That they don't count the money back to you. They may say how much they owe you. If your bottled water is $2.17 and you give them a $20 bill. Help me out here just a little bit, can you? Can you help me out with this just a little bit? If I give you $20 and my water is $2.16, then you owe me some change. Okay? Well, what they do is they give you the change, and they just give you the whole change in your hand, uncounted back with the receipt on top. Has anybody seen that happen? Well, here's what's happening. Some of those cashiers have now set up a con game where that if it's a 20, they'll slip out a 5, and they won't give you back the whole change. But because you don't count your change at the cash register, you think you got full change, but you're short $5. Now, here's my point. One man gave $100 for his purchases. His purchase is like $22 or something like that. And they kept $20 of that money. So here's what I want to encourage you. You have to understand that when you go into a store, you should make them count that change back to you. You say, count my change back. And I'm talking about big money. I'm not talking about pennies. Has anybody noticed that? Has anybody noticed that now that they don't even count your change back? I check the change and receipt before I leave. Charlie Austin's good. These cashiers have all talk that's in that kind of business that this has been happening at. And what happens is they give you the wrong change back. And what happens is later on, they just leave it in the drawer. They don't take it because it's under cameras. They just leave it in the drawer. And then later on, they have one of their coworkers to come up when they buy something, and they get back that money. So you have to be very, very careful about people that's giving change back and people that's doing things like that, because they find every way in the world that they can to rip you off. I'll tell you a story. One of my friends told me somebody was having tuition fees, and the tuition was $10. And the people that paid in cash, they kept, and the people that paid by check, he put in his drawer. When they arrested him, he had taken in $180,000 in tuition checks for just $10. It was like a membership thing. And he had over $300,000 worth of checks in his drawer. And the reason why he didn't want to show the checks is because he didn't want them to be on the fact he was stealing the cash. So it's very important that we understand that you need to make sure that you watch yourself, protect yourself, and make sure that you are getting what is rightfully yours. Today we have a different world, don't we? We have a different world. Times have changed, and no matter what people say, it's time for us to get fired up. We need to get ourselves fired up. And I want to give you that opportunity to make sure that you know that. Now, let me say a couple of things to you, if I can, very quickly. You know that the IEEA advanced tuition reduction runs out April 15th. That's a Sunday, so you have to April 16th. If you get signed up for this third semester, which is business, finance, entrepreneurship, and grants. Now, the big one is going to be the third semester because that's going to be talking about grants. And I can't believe, in fact, how many of you have enrolled for the third semester on IEEA, International Entrepreneur Empowerment Academy? I want to tell you that you need to get enrolled for this business, finance, entrepreneurship, and grants because this third semester and the final semester, and by the way, if you've taken the first two, you can't skip this one. This is the big bowl. Mary Albert, I'm enrolled. Jim and Laura's enrolled. So you need to get enrolled in IEEA third semester. Now, here's the bad news. This includes your books, by the way, but after April 15th, I need to change that. Ladies and gentlemen, staff here that's working, Roma, Meredith, Patricia, and everybody's working, change that on the office website to April 16th because Sunday's the 15th. IEEA starts May the 7th. Thank you, Debbie. May 7th. Somebody put that down. May 7th, IEEA starts, International Entrepreneur Empowerment Academy. It's online classes. Somebody type that on real quick. Online classes. Now, some of you choose to be dumb the rest of your life. You choose to be, I hate to say this because I've never cussed once in my life, but you just really choose to be a dumbass the rest of your life. Now, I want to show you something here really quickly. I don't know if you could even pick this up on this thing or not, but I want to show you something. Now, I don't cuss, so don't say that. That was the devil. So I want to show you something. I've never cussed once in my life, and I'm not going to start now. But I want to show you something here that's very important. I don't think you can see this, but maybe you can. This deals with you being able to. What this lady wrote was just absolutely appalling. I'm trying to find it in my Twitter account. Now, I hope that many of you stay with the Twitter account all the time and YouTube. If you haven't subscribed to YouTube, H. Michael Chitwood, it's free of charge. And some of the teachings that we do over there is really incredible. It's changed a lot of people. Now, look, I don't know if you can see this. Let's try to get it bigger if we can. Now, I don't know if you guys can see that. Let me try to hit this camera here and see what it says. It says, we don't need no education. We don't need no education. Now, this is somebody here that if you look at it very carefully, this is a young girl that's telling you that we don't need no education. Can everybody see that? Okay. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the biggest problem with America is the fact is that they have a lack of education. See, a lot of people think that your education stops when you walk across that high school stage and you get your diploma or you get your college diploma. You're learning the rest of your life. Do you know that I've learned more in the last 10 years than I've learned in the last 20 years? So it's very important that you understand that you need to make sure that you are learning something to improve your life. Now, we developed the International Entrepreneur Empowerment Academy so that we could bring you online classes so you can take it from your bathtub. Ladies, just get in your bathtub and put your little board across the top and put your little computer there. Take them in your car, take them in your boat, take them at your sofa, take them at your kitchen table, take them at the Waffle House. Bush will probably do that. He likes that joint. Most people call it Awful Waffle, but Waffle House is known here for something. I don't know. But take it wherever you want to take your computer and take these online classes. Somebody type that on the screen real quick. Online classes. These online classes, they start May the 7th. The fee for that, including all of your books, your examination, and your coaching, is $129 for 9 weeks. Now, if you sign up after April 16th, we did that so you would remember, because it relates to your income tax return, which is due April 16th. It's not due on the 15th because 15th falls on a Sunday. So you'd be on the 16th. After the 16th, it goes to $179. That's a $50 increase that IEEA has imposed upon those that's running late. So I want you to enroll in IEEA for Business Finance Entrepreneurship. Now, you need to do it now because you need to download your book. I mean, the book, how many know that the last set of books that you got in the second semester was huge? Type that on the screen if you know that you had 3 huge books. Actually, the first 2 were small, but the last one was a huge book. How many know that? Just type yes. There's Terry, yes. Charlie, okay. Meredith Chitwood, yes. I mean, they took the classes. I mean, these are college graduates that say that Donna Norquist, for example. Donna Norquist, she took the class live here. She says she's got a master's degree, she's got a doctor's degree, and she said in all of her training, she has never been taught the things that was taught here at IEEA. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm giving you an opportunity to learn something and get out of the lack of knowledge category. Some of you are in the LOKC. LOKC. Do you know what the LOKC means? Lack of knowledge category. Some of you need to get out of the lack of knowledge category and get into the knowledge, because ignorance is no excuse. And I'll tell you, the most expensive education that you'll ever pay is ignorance. What you don't know will hurt you. That's the reason why that I've always told you, if I can change the way that you think, I can change the way that you live. I don't know, but I felt something right then. Did anybody feel something come through that machine right then? I felt something right then. Somebody just had to drop their phone because it just lit them up just like a piece of lightning. So ignorance is no excuse, you dumbass. So it's important for you to understand that you don't need to not think you don't need education. You need some education. See, it's not what you know that will hurt you. It's what you don't know. So move out of the LOKC, the lack of knowledge category. Man, I tell you, that just burns me up every time that I hear that people say that they don't need no education. I don't need no education. Yeah, you need some. The price is $129, and it includes all of your books. And you can take it online. Now, I want you to get signed up, and you just simply go to IEEA.tv. IEEA.tv. If you wonder why my eyes keep leaving this camera, it's because I'm looking on these to see who's enrolled. So Donna Norquist, she's enrolled. The grants is the most important part. You can get a grant up to $968,000. You've been so far, you don't want to stop now. That's all I'm going to say about it. I want you to please don't be stupid and pay $179 after the 16th when you can enroll right now for $129. It includes all of your books. It is an incredible. And by the way, Renee passed the exam. Mary Albert passed the exam. Debbie Booth passed the exam. I don't know I can't remember Loretta Kent, if she took the course or not. I can't remember. But Donna North, she did take it. Loretta passed, okay. I can't remember everybody. We got thousands of students. So it's important. And, oh, by the way, thank you, Blessed Renee from Chicago, is that you get the replays. So you can watch it, the replays. So Debbie Booth passed. Yeah. So in fact, if you passed, everybody that passed the second semester, type up passed on the screen right now. Put up I passed. Just put up I passed. Blessed Renee passed. I need to see that. Ann Hume, yeah, Ann passed. Mary Chitwood passed. Donna Norquist passed. Mary Albert passed. Terry passed. There's a lot of, we only had a few to fail. Classes start, Sue King passed. Nancy passed. Cartina's passed. I'm telling you what, Patricia Moore passed. Ruthie passed. Penny Potter passed. LaTanya Watson passed. I mean, I'm telling you what, Debbie Booth passed. She's put it up 3 or 4 times. I guess she wants me to read it again. So Debbie Booth, everybody put up Debbie Booth passed. Okay. Sue Ann Sejek passed, by the way. Catherine Lynn, I passed out. I don't know what that means. She's a jokester tonight or something, isn't she? She thinks she's been drinking or something. I don't know. Maybe she's been drinking. I don't know. She's trying to put up jokes and cuss words and all that kind of stuff. So all of you that passed, I congratulate you because now you're moving into the third semester, which is going to allow you to receive a grant. Now, does anybody know what a grant is? I've taught this for years. I'm the only man that can actually teach it with simplicity so you can understand it. A grant is a gift that you do not have to pay back. Type it on the screen real quick. A grant is a gift that you do not have to pay back. Now, Charlie, you know that as well as I do because you got a small grant. I don't know why he went for just a small one. I think, what was it, Charlie, $180,000? I mean, that's a nice sized little grant. By the way, don't forget about the lady, Teresa, that opened up the boutique shop. You remember her, Roma? She got a grant. So grants are real if you know what to do. Now, if you're a dumb bunny, then you won't know what to do. You can't get a grant. And you're letting everybody else get these grants, and you're sitting around, well, I've been passed over again. I've been passed over again. I'm so sick of hearing people talk about that I've been passed over, I've been discriminated against, and this, and yeah. Listen, it's time for you to shake yourself and understand that you can do anything that you want to do. You can have anything that you want to have. You can be anything that you want to be. And you can basically go anywhere you want to go if you have some knowledge. I'm giving you an opportunity when this broadcast is over. If you're smart, you will find a way to enroll in IEEA.TV for $129. Includes all your books. Don't wait till after the 16th because it goes up to $179. A grant is a gift that you do not have to pay back. So we're very excited about the IEEA classes. It's going to be starting very, very soon. They start May 7th, and they'll go for 9 weeks. You'll have your examination, and you'll get your diploma. By the way, how many has received their certificate in the mail? How many has received their certificate of completion in the mail for the second semester? You should have received that. $3 trillion in grants available. How many have received? Yeah, women-owned business. We're going to be talking about women-owned business. Thank you, Debbie. We're going to talk about women-owned businesses. I like to see women in business because they're smart. They're smart. They know how to run a business. Suzanne Cizek has. Patricia has not. Not yet. Terry, yes, I got mine. Donna Norcos got hers. Ann Hume, not yet. You should have had these by now. Roma, they've been sent out. They've all been sent out? Speak up where they can hear you. Have they been sent out? Roma Hamby's standing here. I think she's in charge of that through Renee Gore, and they've all been sent out. But everybody on this thing is just about saying there's only been a few that said yes. Penny Potter, not yet. Was it sent out in the mail, Roma? It's emailed. You have to check your email. It's emailed to you. I mean, that diploma is emailed to you. Email. Debbie Booth got hers. So check that and make sure that you have your completion certificate diploma because that's something, and by the way, it's very nice. It's very, very nice. So you need to make sure that got mine in email. Good. Yes, Terry, yes, email. Nancy, not yet. I received the email. Yes, sir. Good. All right. So many of you, Donna, yes. Ruthie, check your spam folder. Ruthie Adams, expert, check your spam folder. Penny Potter, yes, email. So many of you have received it. Check your email. And also check Debbie Booth, who's an expert. She says check your junk mail. So check your spam folder and check your junk mail. Okay, Ethel received the email. Good. Check your junk. Catherine Lynn says check your junk. She's trying to be funny again on that, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not going to read anything else she says. She's off course tonight. So check your email and check your junk mail, your junk folder, whatever they call that thing. All right. So that's good. Get signed up for IEEA so that you can do business, finance, entrepreneurship. And this last semester is going to be strictly grants. It's going to be strictly grants. So why don't you get fired up about you? Why is it that you're so suspicious of everybody else being a millionaire, but you're not suspicious of your broke, overdrawn bank account? Why are you suspicious of everybody driving a Bentley or a Rolls Royce, those that drive those kind of cars, and you're not suspicious because you're driving a broken down, transmission broken car? Why don't you be suspicious of your own self once in a while, trying to get the speck out of somebody else's eye when you got a big tube of 4 in your own eye? So it's very important. By the way, I have a very, very special guest speaker this Sunday. You don't want to miss this lady. She is great, and you will love this lady from way out of town. I mean, she is doing a lot to get here. So get fired up about Sunday at Celebration Church, by the way. Celebration Church. Hey, listen, let me talk to you just a little bit about something. I'll say this wrong. Kamoka from Japan says she loves getting fired up with you. Michael via YouTube. Okay, well, what did I say her name was? Kamoka? Kamoka, let me say hello to you from Japan. I'm probably pronouncing your name wrong, but it takes me about a week to learn how to pronounce names, period, not just your name. But we want to thank you for being on all the way from Japan, and I love getting fired up with you too. So it's great that we can have the opportunity to bring you these incredible courses and classes online. You can take them at your home. And by the way, if you missed that night, because they're on Monday nights, by the way, from 7 to 8:30, 7 to 8:30. If you missed that night, guess what? You can just watch the replay. So you have no excuse. It's not the money. You've got money for Starbucks coffee at $10 a cup. You've got money for anything. You've got money for movies. You've got money for anything that you want. You just don't have any money to invest in yourself. You don't want to invest in yourself because you probably don't trust yourself. Somebody needs to hear that tonight. If you think somebody's just going to stand around and drop money out of the sky and just give it to you because they like you, you're crazy. You better make sure that you do it, because I've learned this. You better make sure that you know what to do, how to do it. So it's very important that you invest in yourself. Invest in yourself. Stop buying junk. I have a lady, she buys a People magazine. Do y'all know what People magazine is? I didn't know what it was till she showed me. But she was so proud because she showed me an article in there that had been written, a little tiny article. It's just a little article like that, but they had mentioned my name in this magazine called People. You know what People magazine is? People magazine is a magazine about, what is it about? Celebrities, and I'm certainly not a celebrity. You guys know that, but it's about celebrities and about, I think on this one here, I think it was about Carrie Underwood's, probably a lie. I don't know if this stuff is true or not, but it said Carrie Underwood, who is one of my favorite singers, her husband had left her, is what it said on the front. And I don't know if that's true or not, so don't spread that. But her husband, who's a hockey player for Canada or somebody, said that they had broken up. I don't think that's true. But Debbie Booth says it's a gossip magazine. Okay, I thought that was a National Enquirer. So you see what I know. I don't know anything about this stuff. But anyway, she was so pleased that she bought a People magazine, and she has them saved. She buys one a week. Don't they come out weekly? Or monthly? I think it's weekly. You buy a weekly People magazine. You know how much a People magazine is? Those things are expensive. I mean, I think it's like $8, $9, $10. Well, you know, in just a small number of weeks, you'd have enough money to pay $129 for education to better your own life. You know, we've got to start taking things into our own hand. We've got to get fired up. Okay, Debbie says it's just a gossip magazine about celebrities. So that about Carrie Underwood was probably not true. It comes out weekly, and now Meredith is saying it's not true. And so Hugo wants to know if he can sign up for Ieee lives in Germany. Yes, anybody can sign up around the world. Around the world. So I want you to, I love Carrie Underwood too. She's great, very humble, always gives credit to, what's that guy that got her started, Cal Simon or somebody like that. But she always gives credit to Cal Simon or Simon Cowell. Yeah, Simon Cowell, that's his name. Yeah, that guy too. Cal Simon and Simon Cowell, both of them. She always remembers where she came from. Very good, very nice girl. Very nice lady. And so I want you to get signed up for IEEA as quick. There it is, Simon Cowell. There it is, Simon Cowell. And Sue Ann Cezak, by the way, who passed the exam with flying colors, IEEA.TV is great. American Idol, Charlie Austin there. And Charlie's going to be on there soon. By the way, he's going to be here live June 1st and 2nd, performing here live as a professional entertainer here. He's going to help show you how that you can get a part and be a part of something that's going to be incredible. So I wanted to mention IEEA. I think everybody's got that thing. If you have any questions about IEEA, then put it on the screen there. I think you'll find out that it'll be a real help to you. Let me also say this to you, that I want you to understand that in this process, you need to know about money. Somebody type money on the screen. Now we don't go after money. We never chase money. I've always taught you that you never chase money. Everybody knows that, right? So we never chase money. But you need to understand that you need money to survive in this world. These people that tell you that they don't want money, they don't like money, they don't need money. I mean, we have 8 million people that watch us around the world on all networks, on LinkedIn, what's it called? LinkedIn, I think, LinkedIn or something like that. Periscope, YouTube, all that kind of stuff. So you have to have money to survive here. Now, it's not that you love money. That's what all these people will tell you, is that when we even mention the word money. Now watch and see what I tell you. This is getting ready to get fired up. When you mention the word money, you'll find out that people will automatically go to the thing that says, you love money. You love money. It's never been about loving money. It's been about money working for us and doing what we need to tell it to do. See, when I tell my money to go do something, it does something. And many of you remember about a year ago, we had a lady in the church here, and her car had broken down, and she had been ripped off by a car dealer. Do you remember that, Roma? Yes. And we bought her a car, an automobile, paid cash for it. Yeah, Instagram. We're on Instagram too. Thank you, Debbie. And with Twitter, he's on Twitter too. And so when your money, I don't know how to say this other than you need money. And the only way you're going to get money is get connected to people that can teach you about money. Let me say this in a very respectful way. You do understand that the thing that you respect will come to you, but the thing that you disrespect is looking for a way to exit your life. Do you understand that? If you have no way to manage money, you don't respect money, you don't appreciate money, you don't even appreciate how you got it, the hard work that you did, because all you have to offer to people is your time, which turns into money back to you. If you do not know how to appreciate and respect that thing called money, one book calls it mammon, like a God type name, but you are never to chase money. If you do what's right and you learn what's right and you get out of the LOKC, which is the lack of knowledge category, you'll find out that money will chase you down. Now, then money will be able to do what you tell it to do. I also wanted to mention to you that we have a great opportunity coming up on June 1st and June 2nd. And I want to talk to you about this for just a minute. Somebody type on the screen now, get fired up, because that's what it's on the back of the screens back there. That's our new broadcast name now that we have patent and trademarked and so forth. So therefore, it's going to be Get Fired Up. Get Fired Up. And on June the 1st and the 2nd, we have some great speakers that's going to be here that's going to give you 2 days of firing up. In other words, you're going to get yourself fired up like never before. Listen carefully. We have 3 system packages for you. We have the Platinum package, we have the Diamond package, and we have the Gold package. Somebody type those on the screen quickly. I have the Platinum package. Now I'm getting ready to give you a real big break, if you'll listen. The Platinum package, and then I'm going to give you the Diamond package, and then the Gold package. Now, on the Platinum package, you get all of these things. I'll read them quickly. All access pass to all sections, VIP parking, and Get Motivated notebook, Get Fired Up breakfast. You get a billionaire luncheon with John Morgan, George Bush, questions and answer with John Morgan, George Bush, meet and greet session with George Bush, Dr. Chitwood, special autograph, photograph session, Get Fired Up custom shirt. We got that shirt in here or not? Get Fired Up custom shirt. You want to see something great. By the way, some of you have not sent in your Get Motivated picture with you wearing your shirt. I have some, but I don't have everybody. Then you get the Billionaire Mindset magazine. All of that is only $199. You get your lunch, you get your breakfast, you get your book. All of that is $199. Now, would it be worth it for you to come and go about 12 hours on the first day and maybe about 6, 7, 8, 10 hours on the second day? It's a Friday and a Saturday, June 1st and June 2nd. It's $199, and you get, your lunch is $50 alone. Your breakfast is $20. That's $70 there. So you're basically paying $100. And the custom shirt was what, $20 or something. So all you're getting exceeds the price you're paying. You say, well, why would you do that? Why would you do that, Charlie? Why would you do that? Charlie's shaking his head. I think he's shaking his head that he wouldn't do it because basically we're not really making any money, but you need to be a part of this city. And let me say this. Those of you that are on the payment plan, you know that your payment has to be in by April 30th. All of your payment has to be in April 30th. We gave you 79 first payment, 60 second payment, 60 third payment. There are no excuses. No one has the authority to extend that. If they've told you that they've extended that, they've told you one big fat lie. Nobody can extend it. It's me. I'm the man. I'm the CEO. That's what you ought to be. Somebody type it on the screen. I want to be a CEO. Anybody want to be a CEO out there instead of working for somebody for $9 an hour the rest of your life and thinking you're in the normal world? See, a lot of people think broke is normal. Oh my, I tell you what, I need to say that again. Did anybody get what I just said? A lot of people think that broke is normal. They think that you have to live in a broke status because it's normal. It's kind of like where your parents lived. They lived in a paycheck to paycheck status week to week. And ladies and gentlemen, I don't know about you, but I don't think that anybody should be living from week to week, not being able to do what they're trying to do. Charlie just put up, some people are in a mundane job. Listen, you need to be your own CEO. I need to get somebody fired up. I tell you, I want you to get fired up where that you can make sure that you're changing your life. Anybody want to change their life? Is it just me is it my passion for you because I love you, because I care about you, that I'm trying to get you to come to the theater on June the 1st and June the 2nd and get your payments in? There's Pam Gaddis finally getting on. Patricia. I don't think that's Patricia Moore's page, I don't think. It doesn't look like it. Sue Ann Cezak, Mary Albert, Debbie Booth. Registration for Get Fired Up remains open. It's open now. You can become your own CEO. It's very important that you understand that you need to get fired up. And a lot of people are going on prayer summits when you've been praying your whole life and there hadn't been much of a change in your pocketbook. Now, there's only so much that you're going to be able to do with prayer because God is never going to do anything for you that you can do for yourself. That's the reason why a lot of people use prayer as an excuse to really get things that they want or things like that. They don't understand that there's a healing process that you've got to do to be healed, not just prayer. Now, God can miraculously heal your body, but if you're smoking like that man, you remember that man? Does anybody remember that man? I've got to go. I've only got a few minutes left, but I got something very important I'm going to give away at the end. Hey, listen, let me ask you a question. Do you remember the man that came to me? See if anybody remembers this, because we've been with you guys for years, 8.5 million people, I think it is, 8 million people plus 63 million. Listen, you understand that man that came to me, and I think, I don't know, Roman, maybe you remember it. He said, I want you to pray for me. I spoke about, 4 or 5 packs of cigarettes a day or something. He said, I've been diagnosed with lung cancer. Anybody remember this story or not? He said, I've been diagnosed with lung cancer. And I want you, there we go. Debbie Booth remembers. Pam Gaddis remembers it. So it's all a true story. He said, I want you to pray for me that God will heal me because I have lung cancer. There's Jason Medley. Hey, brother, I miss you tonight here, man. He says, I want you to pray for me that God will heal me from lung cancer. Well, I'm standing right next to him. I could tell he still smokes. So I asked him a question. I said, well, have you stopped smoking? He said, no, I haven't stopped smoking. I said, how many packs you smoke a day? I think he said 4, 5, 6, 4 or 5 packs of cigarettes a day. Does anybody remember this? Ethel remembers it. I just can't remember the number of packs that this guy smokes. Anybody remember that? Because I don't remember it. Anyway, he smoked 4 or 5 packs of cigarettes a day. He said, will you pray for me that my lungs will be healed from lung cancer? I'm dying. I said, no, I'm not going to pray for you. Ruthie Adams, 5 packs of cigarettes. That's what I just told you. Yes, I remember it. There you go, right there. 5 packs of cigarettes a day is what the guy is smoking with lung cancer. He said, will you pray for me? I said, no. I said, what I'll do is I'll pray for you that God will take away the nicotine habit and you need to get on the patch and stop smoking. Does anybody agree with that, or y'all so spiritual now that y'all can't handle the truth? See, you've been used to a man laying his hands on your chest and in the name of Jesus be healed while he's still smoking 4 or 5 packs of cigarettes a day. Not going to work. It's not going to work. Does anybody remember that? So, and by the way, he finally died. Did you know that? He finally died. The guy finally died. And I mean, it wasn't anything that I did. You got to stop. Terry Shuttleworth, got to stop smoking before the man of God can even pray, or anybody. It don't have to be a man of God, be anybody, pray that you get healed of cancer, lung cancer. Got lung cancer, dying. Doctors told him he had so many months. I don't remember the number of months. And then he said this. He said, will you pray for me that God will heal me from lung cancer so I won't die? And I'm standing right next to him. I can smell the smoke. I said, well, have you stopped smoking? He said, no. I said, how many cigarettes you smoke a day? He said, 4 or 5. I said, I'm not going to pray for you to stop smoking. I'm going to pray for God to deliver you from nicotine that you won't want to smoke. My God, I feel the power right now. I felt a streak of power run through me. I want you to sign up for Get Fired Up. It's $199 for the platinum package. It's $129 for the diamond package. And it's $99 for the gold package. Now, we have all these speakers. Listen, we have, of course, John Morgan with George W. Bush. We have Lee Valentine, the queen of QVC, will be here. Charlie Austin, professional country singer. KJ52, professional entertainer. They're going to teach you how, those of you, we have a lot of people that want to get into music. Anybody want to get into music by singing or writing a book? Anybody wants to get into singing or writing a book or like that? Listen, I'm going to tell you right now, it will change your life. Tennessee bound, Charlie Austin. Yep, Charlie. Charlie's going to be here. So it's very good. It's going to be very important that you be here to see Charlie and KJ52. And then you also have Cammie that's going to be on fire. You have Shannon Cook that's going to be on fire. Of course, I'm going to be here. We're going to be talking about your business, your marketing, negotiation skills, personal development, money, motivation, and I mean grants. We're going to be having some grants here too. I tell you what, Pamela Gaddis, I plan to write a song. You know what? This is what you do. This is how you improve your life. So I really hope that you will get fired up. We're using the Embassy Suites, and we have a very special rate there that includes your breakfast and hors d'oeuvres in the afternoon, in the evening. Your breakfast is going to be here if you take the platinum package, so you won't need to worry about it. They have a very special package there at the Embassy Suites. I'll give you the number if you want it. It's 423-602-5100. 423-602-5122. Now, she's trying to tell me something. It's KJ52. That's what's on here. Is that not right? But he's very, very famous and very, very good. You will love what he's going to teach you. So I believe that it is KJ52 is what's on here. I think Debbie's trying to say something else, and she may be right. She normally thinks she's right about everything. Okay, so I want you to get signed up for Get Fired Up June 1st. All of the speakers will be here. Nobody's coming in and leaving. They're all going to be here. They're going to be having your personal coaching. You're going to love these 2 days, June 1st and June 2nd. June 1st and June 2nd. I want you to get here June 1st and June 2nd. Get signed up, and you go to megamichael.com. megamichael.com. Mega Michael is KJ52. KJ52. I thought that's what I was saying. KJ. Okay. What?
It's 52, not 52.
Okay, so I mean, big deal. We have grammar experts around here. I'm not. It's not. I can't say KJ52. I was supposed to say KJ52. Everybody got that? LaTanya, did you get that? We've got people correcting the man around here. KJ52 is wrong. It's KJ52. Of course, whoever wrote this didn't write it that way. No wonder. So you need to get your thing corrected. So we've also invited Les Brown with the High Performers and Winners Summit High Performers and Winners Summit. Get Fired Up, KJ5/2. That is Patricia's thing there. Okay. I didn't think that was her, but that is Patricia Moore. Okay, so we're very excited about what's taking place, and I want to thank you very much for your participation tonight, your comments on Facebook, privacy, the client attorney privilege. I told you have more privilege with your priest, your pastor, your preacher than you do with your attorney now. That's very dangerous, by the way. Lee Valentine will be here, right? I want you to be a part of this program. Make sure that you are. And also, the Making Change, be sure you watch out. We try to bring you vital information about things that will improve your life, okay? Let me say this one last thing to you before I go. You do understand that you can't be taught about finances and business from a man that's broke or a man that doesn't know. Don't put your hope and trust in a broke person on the street with a sign around his neck, "Will work for food." Don't roll your window down and ask him a stock question or a money question or a finance question. You see what I mean? It won't help you any because he's broke. The sign says, "Will work for food." So it's important that you understand that you ask the right people, you be around the right people that can help you gain the knowledge so you can become wealthy, happy, successful, and healthy. It's all a part of the thing right there. It's all a part of that. And by the way, I have a very special thing for you that's going to take place on June 1st and June 2nd. We've got an incredible opportunity for those of you that's going to be connected on this June 1st and June 2nd. I'm going to reveal something to you here that's going to totally upgrade your circle of advisors. Boy, I like that. That's good. Upgrade your... Mary Albert wrote that, ladies and gentlemen. Upgrade. The tie is a gangster. Okay. Does that look like a gangster tie to you? Wow. Okay, I got a gangster tie on. Hey, listen, I appreciate you guys being with us. By the way, if you want to be a part of the 100-day Advanced MC Challenge, it's only $49. Go to megamichael.com. You can sign up. You don't want to lose what you've lost, what you've gained. You know, all of us together, I don't know if you know this or not, we've all lost, I think it's approaching about 900. I don't remember the last number, but I think it's about... thank you, Jenny Lee, for defending me. It's a good thing that guy's not here because Jenny Lee would get you. I mean, I know this young lady, and she is a fireball, and she will knock you out. Hey, listen, sign up for the 100-day MC. We have all kind of opportunities for you to take advantage, from $49 to $199 to $129. I mean, who else can do that? Thank you, Patricia Moore. Love Patricia Moore. I love the Grassmaster. Great tie. I don't think I've seen you before. The Grassmaster. Grassmaster, hello. Thank you for liking my tie. Hey, listen, I want you to know that I believe in you. I want you to know that we're family. I'm passionate about your future. I'm passionate about you. Remember, if I can change the way that you think, I can change the way that you live. And remember this before I go. When you want something that you've never had, you have to do something. 900 pounds, by the way. You don't want to lose that. And I'm going to coach you. I think it's all the way up through... I'm going to watch you. I had a list here of where it's at. I don't see it now. But we're going to coach you all the way up through, Bugs, thank you very much. We're going to coach you all the way up through August. I believe it's August the 10th, I believe it is. So I think it's August the 10th. But we don't want you to lose what you've lost with this. And sometimes it's easy to go back. You know that almost 95% of the people will never keep any of the New Year's resolutions they do. In some carriers, it's 98%. Like on quit smoking, losing weight. That's why you see a lot of fat people. See, a lot of people will start to try to lose weight and then they quit. You know, how many of you bought some of these diet pills on television? Later, Doc. I'll see you, Terry. Thank you very much. Good night, sir. How many of you have bought some of these diet plans on television just trying to lose weight and you took it and then you stopped? One of the biggest selling things is diet pills and things. We don't do that. This is all natural. I'm not a nutritionist, don't know anything about it, but I know one thing: you need to put down some water, 40 ounces before lunch and about 40 ounces after lunch. You can knock that fat off of you if you want to. Now, I have one man that says he's lost 2,000 pounds. That's been over about 20 years. So you can lose weight over 20 years, 2,000 pounds. So I want to just encourage you to become a part of the 100-day MC Advance. If you were in the regular program, you've got to be a part of the Advance. It's only $49. I mean, good Lord, that's Hey, there we go. Bugs Bunny got 10 more pounds of loot. Congratulations to you. Congratulations to you. So we're all doing good. I'm still stuck, by the way. I remember I wanted to drop down, I think it was 21 or 22 pounds. Anybody remember? Anyway, I'm at 168. I've got to go to 160. And I've just been stuck on that. Do me a favor. Encourage me. Coach me a little bit. Even though you're paying me, you should pay me. Coach me a little bit. And I need to drop that other 8 pounds. Somebody say, Chitwood can do it. Be sure you spell it right. Chitwood can do it. Type it on the screen. Chitwood can do it. You better spell it right. You troll, you better spell it right too. Chitwood can do it. Watch him, he won't. Chitwood can do it. Chitwood, you better not spell my name wrong. I have a second interview for a first responder on Monday. All right, Joseph King. Father, I pray that you grant it to him. Listen, I need somebody to put up our Chitwood can do it. And you better trim down, she says. Penny Potter says you need to trim down. Okay. Chitwood can do it. And be sure you spell it right. Chitwood can do it. So we've enjoyed being with you this evening on this interactive broadcast. Our brand new format is called Get Fired Up. Next week we'll be back 203. Look, from 203 down to 203 from 225. Wow. Going to 199. Man, I am so, hey, that's why that you guys need to have this oversight. We monitor you every day. We look at it. We do the coaching online on telephone now. I mean, it's going to be, oh, not you. Well, thank you, Penny. Thank you for correcting that. I love Penny. She's a great lady. Hey, listen, psalmist at my model weight. Okay. All right. So Patricia Moore wants to be a psalmist. All right, good. Chitwood can do it. All right? Hey, listen, I want to thank you for being with us. I believe in every one of you. And remember, when you want something that you've never had, you got to do something you've never done. Good night, and I'll see you next time.
Successfully made it out of the lion's den. On our next Get Fired Up, you're going to be facing the boardroom beast. You'll really need to be fired up next week if you can survive it on Get Fired Up. Until then, stay fired up. And remember, you're the best at what you do, and you can always go to the top. We'll see you at the top.